Welcome back to English Mastery Podcast, everyone. I'm Vay, and I'm here with my incredible co-host, James, for what's going to be a life-changing conversation about something we all struggle with, confidence. You know, James, confidence is one of those mysterious qualities that you can literally feel the moment someone enters a room. Some people just have this magnetic energy. They speak up without hesitation, they smile naturally, and they don't seem to worry about judgment. But then there are those moments when you're in that same room and suddenly your mind goes completely blank, your heart starts racing, and even though you have something valuable to say, there's this little voice whispering, "Don't speak up, you'll embarrass yourself." I lived with that voice for years, especially when I was learning English. I'd sit in conversations knowing the perfect response, but fear would just paralyze me. And here's what's fascinating. This isn't just about language learning. Whether you're giving a presentation at work, meeting new people at a party, or even posting something on social media, so many of us hold ourselves back because we don't feel confident enough. But today, we're going to shatter that myth completely. Confidence isn't some magical gift that only certain people are born with. It's a skill you can develop step by step, day by day. And the beautiful thing is, the same principles that build life confidence will transform your English speaking too.
Vay, you've touched on something so crucial here. You know what I find really interesting? Most people have a completely wrong understanding of what confidence actually means. They think confidence means being the loudest person in the room, never making mistakes, or having all the answers. But that's not real confidence. That's often just insecurity disguised as bravado. Real confidence is much quieter and more powerful than that. It's the inner belief that you can handle whatever situation comes your way, even if you feel nervous, even if you don't know everything. For English learners specifically, confidence isn't about having perfect grammar or knowing every single word. It's about being willing to communicate your ideas, to ask questions when you're confused, and to keep going even when you stumble over words. I remember when I first started speaking publicly, I thought I needed to sound like a native speaker to be taken seriously. But you know what I discovered? People connect with authenticity, not perfection. When you speak from a place of genuine confidence, meaning you believe in your right to be heard and your ability to improve, that energy is magnetic. People lean in, they listen, they respect you, regardless of your accent or grammar mistakes. That's the kind of confidence we want to help you build today.
James, that distinction between authentic confidence and fake bravado is so important. And you know what I think holds most people back from developing real confidence? It's these invisible barriers we create in our minds. The biggest one is fear. Fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of looking stupid. We think, what if I say something wrong and everyone laughs? But here's the reality check. Most people are so focused on their own insecurities that they're barely paying attention to your mistakes. The second major barrier is comparison. This one is deadly for English learners. You hear someone speak fluently and immediately think, I'll never sound like that. But what you don't see is their journey, the years of practice, the mistakes they made, the times they felt exactly like you do right now. And then there's the most dangerous barrier of all, negative self-talk. That constant inner dialogue saying, my English is terrible, or I'm not smart enough, or I should just stay quiet. Here's what's incredible about our brains. They're like search engines. Whatever you tell them to look for, they'll find evidence of. If you keep saying, I can't speak well, your brain will find proof of that. But if you start saying, I'm improving every day, your brain will start noticing your progress instead. That's why changing your internal dialogue isn't just feel-good advice. It's literally rewiring your neural pathways for success.
That brain as search engine analogy is brilliant, and it leads perfectly into what I think is the foundation of building confidence, developing what psychologists call a growth mindset. With a growth mindset, you believe that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. So when you make a mistake in English, instead of thinking, I'm bad at this, you think, I'm learning from this. When someone speaks better than you, instead of thinking, I'll never be like them, you think, they show me what's possible. This mindset shift is absolutely revolutionary because it transforms every challenge into an opportunity. But here's the thing, mindset alone isn't enough. You need to back it up with consistent action. Confidence is built through experience, through proving to yourself over and over that you can handle difficult situations. And the beautiful thing is, you can start building this evidence with tiny actions every single day. Something as simple as maintaining eye contact during conversations, speaking a little slower and clearer, or asking one question in a meeting. Each small action sends a message to your brain. I am someone who speaks up. I am someone who takes risks. I am someone who keeps growing. And here's a secret. Your body language actually influences your confidence levels. When you stand tall, make eye contact, and smile genuinely, you're not just appearing more confident, you're actually feeling more confident. It's like your physiology is programming your psychology.
James, that connection between body language and internal confidence is so powerful. And you know what else I've discovered? The environment you surround yourself with has a massive impact on your confidence levels. You've probably heard the saying, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's absolutely true when it comes to confidence. If you're constantly around negative people who complain, criticize, or doubt themselves, it's almost impossible to maintain high confidence levels. But when you surround yourself with positive, supportive, growth-minded people, their energy becomes contagious. For English learners, this might mean joining speaking groups, online communities, or even finding a language exchange partner. When you see others practicing courageously, making mistakes without shame, and celebrating small wins, you naturally start adopting the same behaviors. I remember when I first joined an English conversation group, I was terrified. But seeing other learners at different levels all supporting each other, sharing their struggles openly, and cheering for each other's progress, it completely changed my relationship with making mistakes. Suddenly, errors became learning opportunities instead of sources of embarrassment. And here's something really important. Sometimes building confidence means reducing negativity in your environment. That might mean spending less time with people who constantly put you down, limiting exposure to negative news or social media, or even changing the way you talk to yourself throughout the day.
Absolutely, Vay. And I love that you mentioned celebrating small wins because that's such a crucial piece of the confidence puzzle that most people completely ignore. We're so focused on the big goals, becoming fluent, giving perfect presentations, never making mistakes, that we forget to acknowledge our daily progress. But here's what neuroscience tells us. Our brains are wired to notice and repeat behaviors that get recognized and rewarded. So when you celebrate small victories, you're literally training your brain to seek out more success experiences. This could be as simple as keeping a daily wins journal where you write down 3 things you did well each day, no matter how small. I pronounced that difficult word correctly. I asked a question in the meeting. I had a 5-minute conversation with a stranger. Each acknowledgement builds your confidence account, creating this upward spiral where success breeds more success. And you know what's amazing? The more you practice recognizing your progress, the more progress you actually make. It's like you're becoming your own best coach, constantly pointing out evidence of your growth and capability. I always tell my students, progress always comes before confidence. You don't wait until you feel confident to take action. You take action first, and confidence follows.
Every time you do something slightly outside your comfort zone and survive, you expand your confidence zone a little bit more.
Practice examples for shadowing.
Building confidence phrases. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. Every mistake is a stepping stone to improvement. I choose to focus on my progress, not my perfection.
Growth mindset expressions.
I am constantly learning and growing through experience. Challenges help me develop new skills and resilience. I celebrate small victories and acknowledge my daily progress.
Confident communication statements.
I have valuable ideas worth sharing with others. I speak with clarity and conviction, regardless of mistakes. My unique perspective and voice matter in every conversation.
Beautiful English learners, if there's one thing we want you to take away from today's conversation, it's this. Confidence is not a destination, it's a daily practice.
You don't need to wait until you feel ready to start acting confident.
You build confidence by taking small, brave actions every single day, even when you feel scared.
Remember, everyone you admire started exactly where you are, right now, uncertain, nervous, but willing to keep trying.
Your English journey, your personal growth, your entire life, they're all confidence-building opportunities disguised as challenges.
So here's our challenge for you. Take one small, confident action today. Speak up in a conversation, ask a question, share your opinion, or simply stand a little taller when you walk. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be today. Because small actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary transformations over time.
We believe in you completely, and we can't wait to hear about your confidence victories.
This is English Mastery Podcast. Keep growing, keep believing in yourself, and remember that your voice deserves to be heard.